the third take 3. See how this goes. No, but all right, cool. All right, awesome. So first up on the Alumni Stories series on our Instagram page is Chris Alvarado. This is so awesome. So thank you so much, Chris, for being here. We really appreciate having you here. Chris is currently the band director at Oakram Middle School, where he's a band director there and as well teaches the percussion there. And is currently as well the band leader at the Dirty River Jazz Band, where he plays drum set, and not only plays drum set, but also sings as well. So he's a vocalist there, one of the lead vocalists, and that is just absolutely crazy. So if you guys haven't checked them out, go check them out because they are phenomenal. And it's also, he's an artist for the Artifact Percussion. He uses their sticks and mallets and just goes on with that. Amazing company, so check them out as well. Yeah, Chris, so thank you so much for being here, man. I really appreciate you being the first one to kind of step up and get this whole series kicked off, man. So thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. So I graduated in the fall of 2013, I think. Yeah, fall of 2013, and since then, I founded the band that same year, actually. I'm in December, right after I graduated. But keeping me busy is school. You know, like you said, I'm teaching at Oakland Middle School. I've been doing that for 7 years now, going on 8 years. So I teach second band there. I'm assistant band director and teach everything percussion that happens at that school. And then I also help with the New Braunfels High School Front Ensemble. Me and Bryce Turner double team that. So it's a pretty good team and stuff. We've been doing that this year now. Started back up. Last year was a little funky, but this year we're starting, summer band again. It's already that time. And then, the band, like you said, the Dirty River Jazz Band, been really busy since, 2013. And it's been busier and busier every year. So it's a continuous thing. And right now we're the busiest probably we've ever been, which is great. So, yeah. Good question. So, I didn't really take too much interest into it. Like in high school, I was on drumline and everything, and I was really in it for marching band, like most young kids are,
We all, right?
Yeah, but like towards my senior year, I actually started taking it a little more seriously, and kind of taught myself how to play four mallets and stuff, and did a four mallet solo and ensemble, and kind of took it upon myself to learn a little bit more about percussion. And then Beth Braun came to my school. I went to Steele High School. She came to my school and was, talking about how you can still be in band, and there's, scholarships and money to just be in band. And at the time I was interested in like engineering or, physics and stuff like that. So I went to TLU as a engineering major. It's like a 2-3 program is what they used to do. I don't know what they do now. But for my first year, I was an engineering major and was in band and stuff like that. And then towards the end of my first year, I wasn't digging it. And I don't know, I just couldn't see myself doing the whole engineering thing for my whole life. And I kind of reevaluated and was like, I can't go like one day without any music in my life. So that's one of the things I could do and not get tired of it, and I haven't. So I think it was a good choice. And I talked to Beth Bronk about it, and, she was all about it and real supportive about making the change, so put me on the right track, and I still got out of school in 4.5 years somehow. So worked out pretty good. So when I was at TLU, I never actually lived on campus. I commuted from home, and then once I was old enough and stuff, I got my own place. But I tried to really be involved in multiple different parts of campus life. I was a Theta for Sigma Phi Theta. I was president and stuff as a social fraternity, but I was also in TBS. Just involved in Greek life, Greek council and stuff like that. So it was a great thing to get involved with, and just around campus, and not stay in your dorm, all the time, and get out and start some new things. At that time, we had like an original music guild that somebody had started, where we wrote some original music and performed each other's music and stuff. So you can always start something at TLU too. A lot of people started some organizations while I was there, like Service to Music, which I think is still going on. And it's, they help out the community and everything, and it looks great. So yeah. Pretty much every music professor I had there really kind of helped me along, and whether they know it or not, but obviously Beth Bronk is a big part of my life, and it's kind of the reason why I became a band director. So she's kind of number one, I guess, and it's kind of helped me through a lot of things. And my wife too. My wife was a student of her for, I don't know, probably over a decade, because she had her at New Braunfels High School, and then she had her at TLU. So yeah, she's a big part of me and my wife's life. So she's very supportive, and so is Adam Bedell. Actually, at Owen Weaver my first year as our percussion instructor. He was there for a couple of years. Um, then Adam was a great percussion instructor, after that. Also, like Dr. Boyer, I played with the choir a lot while I was at TLU, and we still stay connected today. And we play at his church in San Antonio. We'll do like a jazz mess, or I'll play some percussion stuff if he needs it, and that's a great relationship that me and my wife had too. I was actually texting him the other day because I'm having some like vocal issues actually, so he's like a good connection to have. But yeah, Carol Chambers was great too. I had her for orchestration, and I do a lot of like transcribing and engraving, on finale nowadays, and she kind of started me out on that. So without her, I wouldn't be doing stuff like that. And I'm actually working for a small publishing company. We're starting to work together. It's called Complete Works Publishing, where I'm engraving some stuff like classical solos and, starting a kind of a jazz library for them of like my arrangements, and also just maybe doing like a jazz like pedagogy book for young kids and stuff at some point. So yeah, like Carol Chambers had a big deal too with my life. So yeah, sure. I think the biggest thing that I see, I'm just as a middle school band director, and also looking at the high school aspect of things. But like as a middle school band director, so many kids are interested in sports and stuff. And like I was a big sports person. I played, baseball my whole life and throughout high school, all the way through my senior year. And a lot of kids get real, caught up in sports, which is great. But I always tell my kids they need to have some kind of backup plan. The great athletes do, even in college, they're getting a degree in something, and they're not just going to school for sports, So I always tell the kids to have a backup plan, and that's kind of what I did going into college. I wasn't planning on being involved with music in the rest of my life, or like being a band director, and it's kind of happened. So people don't think about band, as a long-term thing, and I think they should. Everybody should that's in music. And like Beth Bronk told me at Steel, she was like, you can get paid a couple $1,000s a semester or something just to be in band, come to a couple rehearsals and go to concerts, and band's fun. So I was all about it, and that kind of what kept me in band at TLU. So I think kids shouldn't count it out, going into college, or especially going into high school. Some kids quit their musical career at the end of middle school, and my job as a middle school band director is to try to push them forward and just give it a shot, because usually if I get them to go to just high school band camp, they'll stay in because it's a fun time. It's a great time. So I think for younger kids, just stick with it, and it gets more fun and it gets more challenging and stuff like that. So it's kind of my message, I guess.
Yeah, that is definitely true. Once you move on up and up, it gets more fun, but yet more challenging and more challenging. So yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Chris, for being here. Chris is the first guest for the Alumni Stories at TLU Percussion. If you're not following them or following us, follow you at TLU Percussion on Instagram. And so thank you again, Chris, for being here. So I really appreciate it, man. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.